Well, Christmas is a fun time to enjoy the holidays and all the twinkling lights in your home, but it can actually be a very scary time for many people. This morning we have Scott with us. He is a safety expert, and he's teamed up with Home Depot to come talk with us about some of the tips we can take into consideration this holiday season. Now, tell us a little bit about the different lights, and there's so many different lights out there. When you go to the store, you look at lights and you don't know which ones to get, and I understand that some can be a little safer than others for your home, for your Christmas tree, interior versus exterior. So tell us a little bit about what lights are best to get for your home.
The LED lights are the best lights out there now. They actually use 80% less energy.
Really?
Yeah, and you can string, like these ones here, you can string like 30 to 40 strings together, as opposed to the incandescent bulbs where it's maybe about 10.
Okay, so not only do these save energy, but they're also the safest light out there as far as bulbs cracking, catching on fire, those type of things. Wonderful, wonderful.
You also need to pay attention to the extension cord you're using.
Okay.
Make sure you're using cords that are for the proper placement, you know, outside, exterior. You want some cords that are, you know, resistant to the weather.
Okay.
Watch out for corrosion.
Now, is it important outside, you know, when you do plug in lights, especially areas like Idaho that have a lot of snow, to make sure that the sockets are covered up, or so that way the weather doesn't get inside of them? Or
keep them away from standing water.
Okay, keep them away from standing water. Okay, and I noticed we have a couple, it looks like, safety precautions here. Tell me a little bit about why you have the fire extinguisher and the smoke detector here. And
well, you know, it's this time of year, there's a lot of home fires. There's a lot of reason, you know, people are using space heaters in their homes, Christmas trees drying out.
Okay.
So keep a fire extinguisher handy.
Okay. And make sure you check your batteries on these, because a lot of people will look up and see one of these and think, oh, I'm good, there's one there, but really the batteries could be out or anything like that.
Replace those batteries. The fire, or the alarms themselves need to be replaced about every 7 years or so.
Oh, okay.
This one's actually a CO2, carbon monoxide and fire smoke detector, voice alarm. So, you know, you don't have the beeping, you have someone, a voice actually telling you there's a fire, get out, you know. Yeah,
wonderful. So with the space heaters, you said be careful with those, as, you know, because a lot of people, they don't want this huge energy bill, and so they use a little space heater to keep themselves warm. But those contribute to several house fires per year, correct?
Yeah, and you know, if you shop around and you look, you can find space heaters that have a, if they tip over, they'll shut off. Yeah, an automatic shut off. Something with a thermostat that'll shut off when it reaches temperature, so it's not running continuously.
Wonderful. So when you're looking for space heaters, make sure you find one that either turns off automatically or has that thermostat.
An overheat, yeah, if it overheats, it'll shut itself off.
Wonderful. So I was reading that more than 250 homes catch on fire per Christmas season just from the Christmas trees alone, and you had mentioned Christmas trees drying out.
Right.
So how long should people wait to throw away their Christmas tree, or to just not have how long should they have their lights on the tree versus turning them off, things like that?
You know, you'll be safe if you just turn your lights off when you go to bed. Don't leave them going all night long.
All day and all night.
Yeah, exactly.
Use caution.
Try to keep the tree away from drafty areas or high heat. That'll dry the tree out faster. You know, and make sure you keep water in the base, you know, keep it as fresh as you can. And when you're out shopping for a Christmas tree, you know, ask around and get the freshest tree you can.
Okay, what about people with fake trees? Does it matter? Do those catch on fire? I mean,
well, you know, they can. Anything can, but they're not as
prone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. And this real fast. Let's touch this. What is this?
A lot of fires occur from a oil-filled turkey fire. Have you seen those? Yeah. So you hear stories all the time. This is an oilless infrared. It cooks with infrared heat.
Okay.
The meat is delicious.
So it turns out the same, basically, just without the risk of catching your home on fire.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah, and we've cooked a couple turkeys in them.
They turn out just
way better.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for all these safety tips, and much more will be on our website. If you have any concerns about which lights to get, go with the LED.